A Christmas Carol brought to you by IBM will continue in a moment. Every company must be measured by its concern for people, not just as customers, but as individuals. And at IBM, our concern takes many forms.
Everyone has limitations. All that varies is the degree. I guess I've been a reasonable success for a guy that, a little over 20 years ago, that got taken in a city ambulance with everything I owned in a paper bag from one hospital to another hospital so that I could stay there the rest of my life. Today, if people ask me if I lead a full life, I tell them, well, I'm a father and a husband. I have a job as a systems analyst with IBM, not a handicapped systems analyst, a systems analyst. There's an award called Handicapped American of the Year. The president selected me to receive it in 1985. It was an honor. But my goal is to make possible the day when my children will read that plaque and not understand why Dad was given an award simply because he's blind and in a wheelchair. Because they'll already know there's more than one way to see and more than one way to get from here to there.
The story of Jim Caldwell has been brought to you by IBM.
Imagine if something could signal you when you make a spelling mistake. That would mean you'd be able to correct it before anyone else ever saw it. Well, IBM Wheelwriter and QuietWriter typewriters with spell check can do that. It's an electronic dictionary that signals you when you misspell a word. So now if you make a spelling mistake, the whole world doesn't have to know.
We're your type.
Where you been?
Busy. My son's home with the family.
From the city? Must have cost a bundle.
He just got a big promotion.
Your son?
Yep. The business was growing too fast. The right hand didn't know what the left hand was doing.
He finally knows his right hand from his left?
He knew IBM could help. They've got computers and software for any size business. He put computers on everyone's desk. Used something called telecommunications to tie all their offices together. Now everyone knows what's going on, from L.A. to New York.
No one understands what's going on in New York. How'd your son know IBM did all that?
He's a smart boy.
Smart boy, I'll say.
Smart boy. Who'd he take after?
And now, A Christmas Carol, starring George C. Scott and Susanna York, continues. A Christmas Carol brought to you by IBM will continue in a moment. Everybody in business wants to do things better and faster. IBM products, technology, and service help people in all kinds of businesses do exactly that.
Heart surgery. Before it can be performed, doctors need vital information. X-ray films tell them a lot, but they could tell them even more. That's why at an IBM scientific center in Winchester, England, computer researchers and doctors are working together to transform the conventional X-ray into something remarkable. A three-dimensional computer model of a patient's arteries. This IBM technology is also being used to create a computer model of a patient's beating heart. This experimental project is an example of innovation at IBM. And one day, it could be another way computers help doctors save lives.
Looks like Santa needs help.
Now you're going to tell me Santa Claus could use an IBM computer.
He probably could.
I knew we'd get around to this.
He can keep track of who wants what, who's been nice and naughty.
You'd be in trouble.
And knowing IBM, he'd get great service even at the North Pole. Santa could use an IBM computer.
Sure could.
Sure could.
Maybe he could. Last year, he forgot to get me what I asked for.
IBM presents a sneak preview of a television series that makes mathematics so appealing and fun for kids that you will want to remember its name.
Where was
multiplication, geometry,
A prime number.
This just into the newsroom.
fractions.
12/16 is smaller than 7/8.
They're all part of the fun on Square One TV. Square One TV is underwritten in part by IBM and is produced by Children's Television Workshop. It will air every weekday on most PBS stations, premiering January 26th. Watch for it.
Just a little simple mathematics.
Helping support Square One TV is another way IBM is helping support education.
And now, the conclusion of A Christmas Carol starring George C. Scott and David Warner. And so ends A Christmas Carol, a story for all times, for all places. The people of IBM around the world, thank you for joining us.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Muchas felicidades.
Buon Natale a tutti.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, everyone. 聖誕快樂，新年進步。
Fröhliche Weihnachten.
Shalom.
What you doing?
Felices Pascuas a todos.
Gelukkig Nieuwjaar. Feliz Natal.
A very Merry Christmas to you all.
Don't eat too much.
Happy New Year.
A healthy New Year to you all.
Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry
Christmas, y'all.
To learn more about Charles Dickens and Christmas, the Library of Congress suggests these books. A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, Charles Dickens, His Tragedy and Triumph by Edgar Johnson, Christmas Customs Around the World by Herbert H. Wernicke. These and many other interesting books are waiting for you in your local library and bookstore. Visit them. They'll be happy to help you read more about it.
Sunday on CBS, wanted men from the past, a bizarre journey into the future.
Happy Houston. Who are you?
They brought their own brand of justice.
She hit me. She only done what your mother should have done.
And their own code of honor.
You cowboys want to show them?
It's like the old days, not hardly.
Outlaws, Sunday.
6 famous artists, including Lucille Ball and Ray Charles, are honored for a lifetime of outstanding achievement by special guests Stevie Wonder, Valerie Harper, B. Arthur, Pam Dauber, Robert Stack, Glenn Close, Hal Linden, and more. Walter Cronkite hosts the prestigious Kennedy Center Honors Friday.
This is CBS.
Good evening. The Board of Directors for the Southeast Yakima Community Center have had a change of heart, and the MX missile will not be coming to Yakima County. We'll have the details next here on NewsBeat.
Over 6,000 square miles.